Have you ever gone to bed thinking, tomorrow will be different? Tomorrow I'll be better. Tomorrow I'll finally start living the life I want. But then tomorrow comes and it's the exact same day. Same routine, same frustrations, same emptiness. And before you know it, weeks turn into months, months turn into years, and you look back realizing you've been living the same day on repeat for years. If this sounds familiar, if you feel stuck in a loop, watching your life pass by like a movie you're not even starring in, then listen carefully, because what I'm about to share isn't just another motivational speech. This is the truth that changed my life and the lives of thousands of people, and it can change yours too, starting tomorrow morning. There was a man named Marcus, 32 years old, working a job he didn't hate but didn't love either. He had friends, a decent apartment, enough money to survive. On the surface, everything looked fine, but inside, Marcus felt like he was dying slowly. Every single day was identical. Wake up at 7 a.m. to a blaring alarm, hit snooze 3 times, finally drag himself out of bed feeling heavy, like gravity had doubled overnight. Scroll through his phone for 20 minutes, filling his mind with other people's highlight reels, political arguments, bad news from around the world. By the time he got to work, his energy was already drained. He'd go through the motions, 8 hours, lunch break where he'd scroll his phone again, more work, commute home in traffic, get home exhausted, microwave something for dinner, watch Netflix until his eyes hurt, scroll his phone in bed until midnight, then sleep. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Marcus had been living this exact same day for 3 years. 3 years, over 1,000 identical days. And the scariest part, he barely even noticed anymore. The numbness had become normal. One night, his younger sister called him. She was excited, talking about a trip she was planning, a new hobby she'd started, changes she was making in her life. And Marcus felt something he hadn't felt in years. Envy. Not the toxic kind, but the kind that makes you realize you've stopped growing. After the call, he sat alone in his apartment, and for the first time in years, he asked himself a question that terrified him. Am I even alive, or am I just existing? That question haunted him for days. He started noticing things he'd been blind to, how he couldn't remember what he did last Tuesday because it was the same as every other Tuesday, how he had conversations with people but wasn't really present, how he was 32 but felt like life had already passed him by. One Saturday morning, unable to sleep, Marcus did something unusual. He went for a walk in a part of the city he'd never explored. The sun was just rising, casting golden light through the streets, and in a small cafe, he saw an older man, probably in his 60s, sitting alone with a notebook, writing intently with a peaceful smile on his face. Something about that man's presence was magnetic. Marcus found himself walking into the cafe, and before he could stop himself, asked, "Excuse me, can I ask what you're writing?" The old man looked up, eyes bright and kind. "I'm writing my life," he said simply. Marcus sat down, confused. "Your life?" The old man closed his notebook gently. "Tell me something, young man. What did you do yesterday?" Marcus thought for a moment. "I worked, came home, watched some shows, went to bed." "And the day before that?" Marcus realized he couldn't remember. Probably the same thing. The old man nodded knowingly. "You're not living days. You're repeating one day over and over, hoping it will magically become different. But it never does it?" Those words hit Marcus like a punch to the chest. The old man continued, "I used to be exactly like you. I wasted 15 years of my life living the same day, until I realized something that changed everything." Marcus leaned forward. "What?" "Your life doesn't change because of one big decision. It changes because of what you do in the first 10 minutes of every single day." The old man explained that for the past 20 years, he'd followed a simple morning practice. Not meditation, not exercise, not journaling hours of his thoughts. Just 3 things, 10 minutes total. First, the moment he woke up,
Before checking his phone, before thinking about work, before doing anything else, he would sit up and take 5 deep breaths. Just 5 slow, intentional breaths to remind himself he's alive, not a robot. Second, he would write down 3 specific things he was grateful for. Not generic things like my family or my health. Specific moments from yesterday. The way the sunlight hit his coffee cup, the genuine laugh he shared with a stranger, the softness of his pillow. Small, real things. Third, he would write one intention for the day. Not a to-do list, one simple intention. Today, I will be present in conversations. Today, I will notice beauty. Today, I will be kind to myself. That's it, 10 minutes. But here's what happened. The old man explained. In the beginning, it felt awkward, forced. My brain resisted. It said, this is stupid. This won't change anything. But I kept going. And after 1 week, I noticed something strange. I started looking for beautiful moments during the day because I knew I'd need 3 things to write the next morning. After 2 weeks, I caught myself appreciating things as they happened instead of rushing past them. After 30 days, I realized I wasn't living the same day anymore. Each day had become unique, alive, different. Marcus was skeptical. That's it? Just writing things down? The old man smiled. You think I'm talking about writing. I'm talking about training your attention. Right now, your brain is trained to see problems, stress, what's missing, what's wrong. You've practiced that for years. You're an expert at suffering. What I'm offering is a different practice, training your brain to see what's actually here, what's actually good, what's actually possible. He pulled out his notebook and showed Marcus entries from the past week. Monday, the way my neighbor's dog wagged its tail when it saw me, the perfect temperature of my morning shower, that I have hands that can hold this pen. Tuesday, the barista remembered my order without me saying it, the sound of rain on my window, that I'm alive to hear it. Wednesday, a stranger held the door for me and smiled. My favorite song came on the radio. I noticed a flower growing through a crack in the sidewalk. Marcus felt something crack open inside his chest. When was the last time he'd noticed anything like that? The old man handed him a blank notebook. 30 days, that's all I ask. 10 minutes every morning. 5 breaths, 3 gratitudes, 1 intention. If after 30 days your life hasn't changed, you can go back to living the same day forever. But I promise you, if you actually do this, you won't want to go back. Marcus took the notebook home. That night, he set his alarm 15 minutes earlier than usual. He placed the notebook next to his bed, not his phone. Day 1, the alarm went off. His first instinct was to grab his phone, but he stopped. He sat up, closed his eyes, and took 5 deep breaths. His mind raced with thoughts about work, but he kept breathing. Then he opened the notebook. His hand shook slightly as he wrote. 1. I woke up today. I'm alive. 2. My bed was warm and comfortable. 3. There's coffee waiting for me in the kitchen. Intention. Today, I will actually taste my breakfast instead of scrolling while I eat. It felt silly, but he did it. Day 3, writing was still awkward, but he noticed something. At breakfast, he actually tasted his food for the first time in months. The bitterness of coffee, the sweetness of jam on toast. It was like tasting food for the first time. Day 7, something shifted. Marcus was at work in a frustrating meeting when sunlight came through the window and lit up his colleague in a beautiful way. Without thinking, he felt appreciation. That's beautiful, he thought, and then realized, I'll write about that tomorrow. For the first time in years, he was present in a moment, not just enduring it. Day 14, his entries became richer. 1. The sound of birds this morning. I never noticed we have birds outside my window. 2. My coworker asked how I was and actually waited for an answer. 3. I laughed genuinely today. I can't remember the last time that happened. Intention. Today, I will have one real conversation, not just small talk. His sister called that week. You sound different, she said. What's changed? Marcus couldn't explain it yet, but he felt it. a lightness, a curiosity about the day instead of dread. Day 21, Marcus started waking up before his alarm, not because he had to, because he wanted to. He was excited to write. That morning's entry was, 1. I woke up excited for the day. I forgot this feeling existed. 2. The way the city looks at sunrise. I never noticed we have city looks at sunrise. 3. I have a body that works, that moves, that breathes without me even thinking about it. Intention. Today, I will be grateful out loud to someone. At work, he thanked the security guard by name, something he'd never done. The man's face lit up. You have a good day too, Marcus. That small interaction filled Marcus with warmth for hours.
Day 30. Marcus returned to the cafe where he'd met the old man. He was there, writing as always. Marcus sat down, holding out his filled notebook. "I did it," he said. 30 days. The old man smiled. "And?" Marcus's voice cracked slightly. "You were right. My life didn't change. My job is the same, my apartment is the same, my circumstances are exactly the same. But I changed. I see everything differently now. I feel different. It's like I was colorblind my whole life, and suddenly I can see in full color." He continued, "Last night I was washing dishes, something I've always hated, and I noticed the way the soap bubbles caught the light and created tiny rainbows, and I just stood there, amazed, grateful to be alive, to see something so simple and so beautiful. The old me would have missed that completely." The old man placed a hand on Marcus's shoulder. "You haven't just changed your mornings, my friend. You've changed your life, because you've changed your attention, and your attention is your life." 6 months later, Marcus still does his morning practice. It's no longer a discipline, it's who he is now. His job hasn't changed, but his experience of work has completely transformed. He still has hard days, but they don't consume him. He's present now, alive, actually living instead of just existing. And he started noticing something else. People are drawn to him differently. His sister says he seems lighter. His colleagues ask what's changed, and when they ask, he tells them about the 10 minutes that changed everything. My friend, Marcus's story could be your story. Right now, you have a choice. You can wake up tomorrow the same way you woke up today, reaching for your phone, filling your mind with everyone else's life, starting the day reactive, anxious, half asleep. And if you do that, tomorrow will be the same as today, and the day after that, and the day after that, until you've lived the same day for years and can't remember where the time went. Or you can try something different. Tonight, before you sleep, put your phone in another room, place a notebook and pen next to your bed, set your alarm 10 minutes earlier. Tomorrow morning, before your feet touch the floor, before you check anything, do this. 5 deep breaths. Feel your chest rise and fall. Remind yourself you're alive. 3 specific gratitudes, not vague, specific, real moments from yesterday. The warmth of your shower, the taste of your coffee, a smile you saw, the fact that your heart beats without you having to think about it. 1 intention. What kind of person do you want to be today? Not what you'll do, who you'll be. Present, kind, grateful, brave. Choose one. Do this every morning for 30 days. I promise you this, you won't just change your mornings, you'll change your life. Not because life gets easier, but because you'll get better at being alive. The life you want isn't somewhere in the future after you achieve something, make more money, or fix all your problems. The life you want is available right now, in this moment, if you train your attention to see it. Stop wasting your life one day at a time. Start living it one morning at a time. Your 10 minutes tomorrow morning could change everything. The choice is yours. Wake up different. Stay present. Keep growing.